Okay, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to Ludum Dare, and this is the last Ludum Dare 34 video that I will be releasing. This is the Ludum Dare 34 top 5. Again, this is just the top 5 games of the games I played. There may be better games out there, in which case, please leave me a comment below, and I'll still check them out. I'm always happy to check out a game, if suggested. So, let's begin, well, at the most natural point, I guess. Let's begin at number 5. So over at number 5 we do have Growth Control. This is a game made by Akira. Okay, so this is a game that basically see you just as a circle and creating connections between other points. This game, I loved it. The graphic style, it was a fun game to play. The difficulty was perfect. There's such a fine line between getting good difficulty but like making a game easy enough for someone to just jump in and play, but then also being able to make it difficult enough that it doesn't just become easy, because if you make them too easy, then it's no longer fun. So this game managed to do that perfectly, in my opinion. With a few mechanics, it did have some stuff that it could have done better. Like, obviously it would have been nice to have a little tutorial level, because you sort of picked one player and that was it. You was thrown straight in. You didn't really get a tutorial at the beginning. I mean, it had a how to play page on the thing, on the home screen, which was nice. But it'd have been a bit nicer to have a tutorial in-game, in my opinion. But, as I say, that is just my opinion. And, yeah, so that's got my number 5 point, Growth Control. Well done. Brilliant game. Over at number 4 now. Number 4, in my opinion, was SpaceX. This was a brilliant game that I played. This was played quite early on. And it just reminded me of a game that I'd already played. I don't know if any of you played the Fallout mobile game. It's a very similar sort of style to that. You have to build different rooms that all do different things, and they then all help each other. This game was fun to play. The difficulty was a bit higher. Like, again, I might just be terrible at these games, but in my opinion the difficulty was high, but it was still nice to get to grips with. You weren't sort of starting and instantly dying, which was nice. And I quite liked the animation as well. Like, the graphics was a nice sort of balance of retro and up to date. The whole isometric look was brilliant, and the little green aliens that populated your ship or control room, whatever it was you wanted to call it, they was brilliant. Little animations for each of the different rooms, obviously all different animations for different rooms. It was just brilliant all round. Like, it was a brilliant game. And yeah, so that is SpaceX, made by Sheepolution, at number 4. Over at number 3 was Super Science Corp. This was a game made by Hotbox Games. This was one of the sort of almost higher budget games that I looked at, and again quite early on. It was a top-down sort of shooter game where you played as a janitor and you had to try and clear a science corporation building of all these different bugs that grew, and you could shoot them and stuff like that. And it was a good game. The graphics were nice on it. I liked the graphics. It did have a few useless points in it, like the broom. I never see what the point of the broom was, other than to prove that you was a janitor, really. But it had, as I say, it had a nice sort of bigger budget feeling to it. It sort of, they had a tutorial level, and the voiceover thing was nice. You could see they'd spent a lot of time to put the voiceover into it, and it was nice to see a little bit of ease in transition between levels, because obviously in that sort of thing it was going to just have corridors between levels, but to have the corridor that you walk down and you walk into like a shower and then it changes you into the next level, that was quite good. Made for a nice, like, almost seamless sort of exchange between levels. It was a nice length as well. Obviously it was only made in 48 hours, so it was a nice length for me to feel. It felt like a nice length, sorry, for me to play through. I think it was 5 areas, and it had an ending as well. And yeah, the other thing I liked with it had a nice sort of selection of creatures that sort of growed into each other, so that was quite nice. So yeah, that's Super Science Corp at number 3 by Hotbox Games. Over at number 2, and this is Spread. Now, Spread was a puzzle game where you played as a virus and you had to spread between different computers and other different things in an office. It had different puzzles. Some of the puzzles I didn't really get, some of them I was terrible at, and some of them was okay. One of them was of course the hangman style puzzle, which I was absolutely dreadful at, but nonetheless I was still able to get it in the end. And obviously with such an easy way to restart the level, that was always going to be a nice thing to do. And the other one, the ones that I didn't get, the light thing, I sort of knew how to do it, but I just couldn't get the grips of it. It just always seemed random to me what button controlled what lights, so maybe that was the point, maybe I missed the point, but still, it was just a lovely game. It was a nice sort of style, it was fun to play. Good graphics, obviously not a lot of movement in it, which I'd like to have seen a bit more movement maybe, but that's just me. But yeah, it was a nice game in my opinion. It was fun, I don't know what it was about it, it just really did seem fun, and I was eager to constantly get through to the next piece of equipment and push through as far as I could. But yeah, so that is spread by GoGo 1994-32 at number 2. Okay guys, here we are, number 1, and number 1 was probably one of the best games I've ever played from Ludum Dare, to be honest with you. It's Boomboat by Brian Drew Jones. This game reminded me of a game when I was a kid, to be honest, like a chain reaction sort of thing. You had to create a chain reaction to develop the biggest explosion you possibly could. And yeah, it just, I don't know what it was about it. It really did click with me. The sort of graphic style was very simple, but also there was a lot going on all the time. There was a lot of movement on the screen, which I liked. It was really easy to sort of control, and there was sort of one simple mechanic, so you didn't really need a tutorial level on how to do it, because it was quite simple to sort of get to grips with on how to play. So in my opinion, that was quite good. Again, the balance between the difficulties was quite easy in my opinion. It was like a nice balance of, it wasn't too easy, but then it wasn't too difficult, and it was sort of like, it wasn't killing you enough to wind you up. Like with a lot of the games I played, they was killing you that often that I was just getting wound up. Whereas this one, when you died, it sort of, you had that moment of, oh no, I died, but you wasn't then just dying 2 seconds later again and losing all your progress. You still had that progress built up, and it was sort of like, as you progressed through further, you got more lives, and this helped you stay alive longer. So if you hit something, you had more of a chance to sort of develop. So that's why Boomboat has got my number 1 spot for Ludum Dare 34. Well done, Brian Drew Jones. So, do you agree with my top 5? Let me know in the comments if you do. If you think there's a game that should have been in the top 5 that wasn't. If you think there's a game in the top 5 that shouldn't have been, please do let me know in the comments. All feedback is always amazing. Yeah, so that's the end of Ludum Dare 34 videos. Ludum Dare 35, I'm hoping to be able to do more videos similar to these last 3 weeks, and hopefully some programming videos for Ludum Dare 35 as well. Please comment below if you'd like me to do some of them as well. And thanks for watching for the last 3 weeks, and thank you for watching my top 5. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.